Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com. Today we're going to show you how to install the Husky Liners Hood Shield and Door Paint Protection System. Alright guys, here we have everything we need to put this onto our truck. It comes with our spray bottle, our concentrated installation solution, our cleaning putty, our squeegee for getting the air bubbles out from underneath our vinyl, and of course the clear overlay paint protector for our truck. Now that we've got our box of our paint protection system opened up, everything laid out, the first thing that we want to do is go ahead and cut out our different vinyls that we're going to be putting onto the truck, get those separated out. And once that's all done, then we got to start the cleaning process. We're going to go ahead and start up here on the hood, give you guys a better idea of how this stuff goes on and how to work it. The first thing we're going to do here is we're going to take our installation solution and we're going to add it to our bottle of water and start cleaning this up. Once we've got this all soaked down with our solution, then we just want to take our clay and just start rubbing it down. Now, something very important is do not use this on your paint if this is not wet. So it's important that we keep this all wet while we're doing the cleaning. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we pay extra special attention to the areas wherever we have a curve, like on this particular truck around the hood line here, and then down along here in the edge where the hood meets the fender. We'll make sure that that's good and clean because we want to make sure we have a very good rate of adhesion of our paint protector overlay. And you guys, just so you can't tell by me doing this, but when you do this, you'll be able to feel the areas that you've gone over already because they'll be very smooth and slippery. And the areas that you haven't, you'll kind of feel a little bit of drag on the clay. Once you've used your cleaning solution, then go ahead and take your dry, soft, lint-free cloth and wipe everything down to dry it off. And that helps get all the excess debris and contaminants off of your vehicle before you put your overlay on. One of the things to keep in mind when you're doing this is that it's okay to go a little bit further up than what you think you might actually need, so that way you have a good area to work with. Now that we've got our hood all cleaned up, dried off, we want to go ahead and take some of our solution and we want to just kind of wet the hood a little bit in the area where we're going to be putting our paint protection system. And we don't have to completely soak this down, we just want to get it a little damp. And then once we've got it nice and damp, then we can take our cover and lay it up on the hood. And then the next thing we want to do from here is we want to go ahead and start peeling this off. And when we put this on here, make sure that your paint protection vinyl is on the bottom side and that your backing is on the top. What we want to do before we get too much further is go ahead and get your hands good and wet, and that'll help it not stick to your hands and bunch up. So we'll start peeling it off, and then as we're peeling along, we're going to go ahead and spray this because we don't want it to stick until we're ready for it to. Now then, once we've got this all soaked down, we want to go ahead and grab it up here in the center. We want to just roll it forward. And this is part of one of the reasons why we want this wet, so that we can actually move this around on here to get it properly in place where we're going to want it to be. And this might take a little while, guys, to get it in place, but that's okay as long as you keep it wet. You can continue to move it around. All right, just go ahead and make sure that you have about an 1/8 inch gap from the bottom of the hood to the bottom of your paint protector. Make sure it's centered, then take your squeegee You're going to rub it down the center. Apply about 5 to 7 pounds of pressure. And then once the center is done, then you can start working your way towards the sides. And as you can see here, what we want to do is we want to just work down one side at a time until we get all the air bubbles out and get it all in place. We're working our way across here, and it might not look like it's going to actually fit because you can see kind of when you pull it down, once you get a little wrinkle kind of thing going there, that's okay. It'll still go. You just got to kind of continue to work it. And something to keep in mind is that it's not designed to fit perfectly even with the edge line of your truck. So if you notice that it's not doing that, don't freak out. It's not supposed to. All right, now guys, this side you can see is done. We do have to kind of work this top section in, kind of hold your hand on the top and get it worked down, and then grab the ends of this and really you're going to have to kind of stretch it a bit and then rub it down with your hand to get it to come over. And once it starts to come over, then you can take your squeegee and just start working it down so that it's not full of air bubbles. You can see, like right here, there's a little bubble. You just take your squeegee and work them out from underneath. And as you can see, what we're actually doing is we're actually pressing water out of there. You can see that we've got her on here and it's looking pretty good. What we want to do now is go ahead and clean this up, and then we'll take our heat gun and heat around the edges to help it adhere. Plus it also, we can see if we can work some more of these little air bubbles out with our heat gun. I'll show you how to do that. Usually you can drive them right out of there. Now we've got it all cleaned up. Next thing is we're going to take our heat gun and go around and make sure that it seals really good. So we'll go ahead and get some heat coming on here. What I recommend is to take your squeegee and wrap it in a soft cloth of some type, so that way it doesn't pull on your paint protector and wrinkle it. Now that the hood's done, we can go ahead and put our end pieces on. Just do them the same way. Spray it. Just go ahead and peel them off. Go ahead and spray it. And we can line it up in place where it goes. And then we'll continue to work that down just like we did the hood part. Now that our hood and fenders are done, it's time to move on to our doors. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply our paint protector onto the edge of our door here. And what that'll do is it'll help for when you open your door, getting banged in the post or whatever may be going on. So the first thing we got to do is just like we did on the hood and fenders, is get this cleaned up. And then we'll take our spray and we'll spray it down real good, both on the inside and outside edges of the door. And then we'll take our clay and we'll just wrap it around and just clean her up here. All right, once that's good and cleaned up, take our rag and wipe it down. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and soak this down real good. And we'll grab the paint protector that's designed for our door. And what you want to do is you want to start about an inch below this line right here. You can kind of eyeball that. We're going to start right there. It's about an inch. And then what we want to do is when we get it started on there, we'll make sure we put it about halfway, kind of center our protective strip, because we want about half of it on the outside and be able to roll about half of it into the inside. And once we've got this pretty much lined up where we want it, then we can go ahead and start pressing it into place. This is such a small surface to work with here, guys, that You can use the squeegee on it and kind of work it sort of at an angle like this to push the air bubbles out, but it's just as easy and quicker to just get your fingers wet and just run your fingers along it and kind of work them out with your fingers. It's probably actually better in this case, so that way you don't get it too where it's too dry and create a wrinkle in the vinyl. And then once we have it in place where we pretty much want it, then we're going to take our heat gun. We're just going to heat it up a little bit. There you have it, guys. That completes our installation of the Husky Liners Hood Shield door paint protection system onto our Ram project truck. Stuff looks pretty good on here. You can barely see it, but it's going to help protect this truck from rock chips that might fly up, bugs and other debris that might get all over your hood and damage your paint. Plus, it's also guaranteed not to crack or yellow. So until next time, happy motoring.